Hey friends, Andrea here. It's just another haul video. I went to a store in my area called Scrap, and it's a creative reuse store. It's kind of like a secondhand store or a thrift store for creative supplies, art supplies, and different products and things that people just want to donate, and hopefully they will be reused. So there's all kinds of stuff like house paints and tissue paper that people want to see reused, or paper scraps, scrapbooking materials. There's old vintage photos. There's sewing patterns. There's yarn. There's fabric. There is all kinds of toys. There's like huge bins full of markers and crayons and things like that. So they just have a ton of stuff, and I have not had a chance, even though I've been here for a couple of years, I have not had a chance to go into that store. And I found out about it. But I didn't actually make the time to go in because I just wasn't really buying things. Sorry if you can hear any of the noise outside of my house. I do have live on a kind of busy street corner. There's a lot of people walking their dogs. But anyway, the store that is near me is in an area of town that I wouldn't normally get to. So that's why it just didn't end up happening to me very soon. So I decided to go there a couple of months ago, and this was kind of like the late summer, early fall, I want to say. So these are the things that I got. I think all in all, I spent about $20. I did go in with a plan to look for certain things, but I ended up, sticking to the plan. I really put a lot of things in my cart and then put them back when I really pared down to what I thought I would actually use or what I was really drawn towards. So there was a lot of cute stuff, but I went through every section, and then once I got to the paper crafting or the scrapbooking section and the stamps, there are these huge bins, like big tubs full of stamps, and they have them organized by like size. So the different sizes are different prices. And I was just in there like pawing through the stamps until I found things that I liked. So I was really excited about the things that I found, and I wanted to share with you guys. So first off, I did come there looking for new stamps. I have a whole bunch of stamps, and I've just been getting tired of using the same stamps. That happens. And I thought it would be time to freshen up my stamps collection, but I didn't want to go out to the store and buy brand new stamps. I wanted to go and buy recycled stamps, or reuse stamps that already existed. So this is what I found. I'm going to start with this one here. This is a whole set of 9 stamps. It looks like it was made in 2001. And the company is called Stampin' Up. I know I've heard of them, but I've never actually used their stamps before. They are, from what I understand, it's kind of like an Avon, stamping club type thing, where there's like, you have your dedicated person, like your Avon lady kind of person, your demonstrator, I think is what they're called, that you purchase your stuff from. And then maybe they have like parties or catalogs or things like that you can see more of the product, and sometimes they do like examples. I've seen like tons of the demonstrators post on YouTube and post how to use the different products, and I think that is kind of an important part of being able to make sales for this company, is that they have the demonstrators who do all that. I don't want to say they do all the work, but they do a lot of the informing the public, I guess, of their products, and helping them get the word out. So I don't think I have seen this company be sold in any big box stores like Michael's or Joann's or Hobby Lobby. I've never shopped at Hobby Lobby, but I don't believe that they are sold in those big box stores. I think that they are just kind of like direct order, mail order company. So that's it. Or maybe online order company. But I was just showing you, the stamps look like they're brand new. They don't look like they've ever been used. I think the theme of groovy is super cute. This is coming back in style from what I've seen. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've seen all of these. I mean, 2001 definitely was a resurgence of this kind of style of like the hippie aesthetic, and the flower power aesthetic. So it's kind of fun that it's coming back around and it's becoming more popular. I think that I could definitely use this hippie birthday. I could do some other things with this love. Maybe that could be a fun little Valentine's Day card. I think this would be a really cute, these symbols would be really cute on like a get well card or just hello. Like this would be a really fun hello. Anyway, I have a whole bunch of papers that I think this would go well with that are kind of like swirly and cool looking and have different retro colors on them. So that's kind of what I had in mind for these, and I just was astounded that they are all unused, have never been touched. There is some writing, looks like somebody's initials, that was put on Sharpie maybe, but other than that, it's pretty much untouched. So that was exciting. It is like, it's vintage, I guess, at this point. Like, what is more than 20 years old? So that's kind of fun, but I'll be excited to try this out. And then the next stamp is, I think, oh, by the way, I think this was maybe $7 for the whole set, because, you know, since it's all together, you pay a little bit more. Whereas, like, normally each of these stamps would be, like, between 25 cents and $1, maybe. So, to keep them all together, they sell them like this. And, by the way, the scrap reuse store has, like, so many bins that are full of these kits like this, of this company, this brand. So I think, like, either people who are no longer going to keep on hanging on to their kits, or, like, somebody who's a distributor donates whatever they didn't sell, maybe. I'm not sure, but they have a lot of different things in there. And then the store rotates stuff in all the time and rotates stuff out, and I think that it just is a very popular store for crafters and people who are on a budget. So I have since come back. I did buy some things which will be in a different video, but I hadn't gotten a chance to film this video, so I didn't want to include the other stuff in this video. This is the only wedding stamp that I think I might own, and I bought it because I don't have any wedding stamps. I don't really have anything that I feel like resembles what I would want to say on a card for weddings, and I don't really have very many people that I send wedding cards to or give wedding cards to, but I do know of at least one couple that I'm friends with that is engaged right now, and so I think this would be really pretty to include for them. I'm not going to read it out loud. You can read it. If you want to pause the video and read it, you know, leave it here so you can see. But I just thought that it was a really pretty message. And I've never seen a message like this before. It says here it's an Apache wedding blessing. And when I looked at the stamp, original price was $10.75, it looks like. And then the person who designed it, maybe, or the company, is called Paula Best. I've never heard of that company before, but it might just be a smaller company, or it could be that, like, this is a specialty small business, small distributor or something that is at a specialty scrapbooking store, and more likely to be found at a place like that than, you know, your Michaels or your Joann's, which is where I typically shop, or I sometimes shop on, like, Goodwill and thrift stores and stuff like that to get stuff used secondhand. So I haven't heard of this before, but that doesn't mean, you know, anything to me. It does look like they stamped with gold ink. I'm pretty certain it'll be easy enough to clean that off. If you're interested in watching me do a stamp cleaning video for, really, this one isn't dirty, but these two stamps and maybe any other stamps that I got at the other time that I went to this place, then check my channel, because I will be uploading some stamp cleaning videos. Those are just so satisfying for me. So yeah, I'm excited to use this. This feels like something that I would want to say, and it just feels like me. The next thing I got was this Feliz Navidad. I think I pronounced that. I butchered that wrong, but that's okay. I don't speak Spanish. I didn't claim to. It looks like the original price is $2.99. Anita's is the brand or company. Again, like this Paula Best, I've never heard of Anita's before, like that company before, but it might be more of a small specialty item, specialty brand that you would not see at a big box, but it does look like it's pretty good quality. It seems like it's been well used, but also taken care of. Like, there is the person who was using this only got the ink on the stamp itself. It's not like inked up. I mean, not terribly inked up on the sides. So like that, it looks like it's in pretty decent shape. I'm sure I can clean it up some here. So yeah, I don't have any stamps in Spanish, and I do make a lot of Christmas cards or holiday cards, and I do like to make ones that I can just give away or donate to my neighbors in my Buy Nothing group, or just to give away. So I thought it'd be fun to have one in that is just a little more inclusive. So the next stamp I got is this, When Life Gives You Lemons, Make Lemonade. I have a lot of ideas on how I could use this, so I'll talk about that in a second, but the brand is Craft Smart. It looks like it's never been used, and Craft Smart, I think, is like the more affordable line of products that is sold at Michael's, I believe. And so that's, I don't see a price anywhere on it, but usually stuff like this is like $1. It's in like the dollar section by the front checkout, kind of area. So I don't, they all stamp the same. Sometimes the quality isn't as good when you use the, the dollar store or dollar value range of stamps. It's just not quite as detailed and as, aesthetically pleasing, but I think I could use this in a lot of fun ways. So first of all, it's never been stamped before. It looks like it's just completely clean, which is kind of exciting for me. It's like I got a brand new stamp. I'm pretty sure I paid maybe like between 50 cents and $1 for this at the scrap reuse. So I think I could either mask off one side or the other and just stamp one piece of it, one half of it basically, and then get different things out of it. So if I masked off the text part, then I could just stamp this little lemon face cutie all over my card in different, lemony colors of ink. In fact, I just got a yellow ink pad. Fun little story time here, but I just got a yellow ink pad from a neighbor in my Buy Nothing group, and I just had a video that I showed cleaning up those stamps and cleaning up the stamp pad because it was in a little bit more of a rough shape before that. Oh, look, I missed a spot. But anyways, so yeah, I could use it with this now. That's exciting. And then the other thing that I was thinking about is I have just a metric truckload of this yellow cardstock. It is I think it's acid-free 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and I bought years and years ago, like more than 20 years ago, I bought 2 huge reams of this paper. I think it was 1,000 sheets a ream of paper at like Staples or somewhere like that, Office Max, Office Depot, one of those stores, and I was using the paper to make all kinds of things, labels and tags and things for a business that I had that I don't maintain any longer. And so I had so much of this paper left over. And when I went over to my mom's house one time a couple of years ago before I moved, she was like, "Do you want this paper? Because it's just sitting here." And I was like, yeah, I'll find a way to use it up. But I've been trying to use this paper up. It's been featured in some of my videos and some of my cards, but I've been desperately trying to use this paper up. But it's hard to match this color. It's hard to use this color with other papers to blend it together with other things. So I think that it would be fun to be able to use this stamp and stamp these little lemon guys all over it somehow. And, or I could just stamp and cut it out. I don't actually, with black and cut it out, I don't actually have to stamp it in color. Because this, this lemon guy, he's not going to be yellow unless I color him in. So yeah, that's an idea that I had is, just, it looks like it's not going to be too fussy to cut. The other thing I could do is I have like circle dies and stuff like that I punch out of paper and use as my like sentiment or like just an area of focal point basically. So I could do that and put like my little, just cover up this, mask it off, and then just stamp my little lemony guy. And also, what was interesting enough, like this face on here is almost the same face that's on this other kit that I got. So that I thought that was really fun. Anyways, I'm curious if you guys have any ideas. Let me know in the comments of different ways to use all these stamps here. I'm gonna move those just over aside here. And then this next one I have, and also let me know if you have any ideas on using that yellow paper, because I have so much of it to use up. So this is waffle flowers, stamps, and dies. It doesn't say what the name of the set is anywhere on it, so I didn't look that up, but oh, here it is. All right, Stitched Harvest Waffle Flower X, the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. So maybe they partnered with another company that does stitch designs or stitched patterns or something. I'm not sure. I'll have to look. I'll have to Google it. But it's so cool that it's got the dies and the stamps in one set, and I like that the envelope is segmented so they can, you know, be kind of have their own spot, and it makes for great storage to keep them contained together. Sorry for the cat hair there. And then that's my cat hair. And then this whole thing was $7 because it's a little bit more of a nicer, unused kit. It has, you know, a combination of things. They usually price those correspondingly. But the kit itself, or the set, I guess I should not call it a kit, it's a set. Comes with the dies. They're brand new. They haven't even been cut. I do have a tool like a flush cutter to cut these out. And then they come with these little pumpkin dies, and there's a little pie and some leaves and some acorns. So I'm going to flip this over so you can kind of better see all the detail. But, you know, you have your pumpkin stitched, like the body of the pumpkin, and then the lines to separate out the little segments of the pumpkin. And then you have your little pumpkin stem, and then this cute little face. It reminds me of like a little happy frog. I don't know, I love that. So depending on how bright or dark the ink that you use might be, you could stamp this little face on over it in like a black to get, you know, some features on it. And then there's a slightly smaller pumpkin or less wide pumpkin. So they're all like sectioned out. Like this is pumpkin 1 and this is pumpkin 2. And so the stem for the right pumpkin will fit perfectly when you stamp it together. But what I kind of learned or thought about as I was looking at this is that, you know, you have to stamp everything and then like line it up. It like stamp each of these stamps. So stamp this one first, then do this in a slightly contrasting color to get the lines, and then stamp this little stem at the top, and then stamp the little face. And then once you're done, you can take the die and then die cut it out. So you have to be like really precise, unless you die cut out your white cardstock and then or whatever color you're using really, and then stamp your ink over, but then you have to be really precise there too. So I don't know which is better. Maybe you guys have suggestions. I've never really done that before. I've never done such precise die cutting and stamping before, but I'm excited to try. You know, I only paid $7 for this, so I'm not too worried. And if I hate it, I can donate it back to the Creative Reuse store because it's already packaged to go. And I mean, that's kind of the point, just for me to try. I love that these acorns have these, like, here, you can't see it, but they have these two different little faces. Like this one is like super happy, and then this one's like, I'm just medium happy. Like it's still chill, it's still good. So the two acorns that face in the different directions, and then there's the sentiments that are on there. I think it'd be fun to do like a hey cutie pie, or like a hey pumpkin, and like leave the pie off. So I think I might end up like cutting this stamp and use it a different way. I think it'd be fun to do like a hello card with that. I think I mentioned this in my another video, haul video that I did for some stamps that were fall themed on my Buy Nothing group, but I, up until recently, did not own a single sort of fall or Thanksgiving stamp. And I do have some fall or Thanksgiving themed papers, but I never knew what to do with them because I didn't have any corresponding like appropriate stamps. So like sentiments rather. I have like I think I have like one stamp that says gratitude, and it's kind of in cursive writing, and then it has sort of a mandala with like wheat or something sticking out of it. It's pretty, but it's kind of like that's all there is. It's just gratitude in this mandala, and I didn't really know what else to do with it, and it didn't fit with the other themes paper that I have that has like these pumpkin pie slices on it and these pumpkins. And so I have a bunch of stickers as well that are pumpkin stickers, and I didn't have a corresponding, you know, this, oopsies, this thing that says like, hey pumpkin. I think that that would be cute to send with, you don't even have to use this. You could just use the hey pumpkin part, or, you know, hey cutie pie, like I said, and then it doesn't even have to be with these. It just could be used with stickers. So I'm going to experiment with this. I feel like it could be really fun. I love this little faces. I just think that they're really cute. I love that I could potentially even just like stamp this in a very faint color and then stitch over it. If I really wanted to, I could do that too. I don't know if it would be that easy because there's not holes, but you know, it's the look that is the goal, I guess. So I think it'd be fun. I'm curious what you guys would do. I'm interested to know what your first inkling is to using this set, but I think it would be really fun. It's a little too late now for me to send Thanksgiving or fall themed cards because it's winter now, and I've got to gear up for sending Christmas cards or fall holiday cards. And then I also do need to get geared up for my Valentine cards, but I think this is still fun, and I will be excited to play with it all year round. And then I'll be ready. I can like get my stuff prepped before Thanksgiving or before the fall and have them ready to go. And they don't have to necessarily be used all year or just during fall. I think this could be cute. Like the acorns and the leaves could be used at any time really, or the pie, you know, could be used anytime. You don't have, it doesn't, pie is an all year round event in my opinion and in my household. So yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I probably organized that wrong. Like you should put the stamps in the front. So let me just do that because I am a little bit type A. I'm not a lot type A, I'm just a little, I don't know. I like things being organized, but I'm also kind of messy. I just want to be able to see it in the packaging and remember what it is, because it's gonna get tossed in a little bin with all my other stamps. Okay, so that is that one. Like I said, it was $7. I think this one might have been $1. This one might have been $1. I think this one might have been like $3, and then this set was $7. So all here, you know, what's like 14, I don't know, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, something around there. And then I have this, this is just a IKEA cutting board, like a plastic, hard, thick plastic cutting board. I actually had posted on my Buy Nothing group a request for this and nobody had one, and then I went to the Creative Reuse store and they had it, and it was only $3, so I got it. And the reason I was looking for this is because I have some leather supplies, some leather stamping supplies, and some leather scraps that a buddy of mine, my friend Michael, gave to me the last time I was at his house, and I want to just play with it without, you know, indenting onto my cutting board, the little stamps, and I want to be able to hammer it without it damaging my desk or anything like that. So I got this, and I wanted to get one that was already kind of used up and junky and nobody will be upset. I didn't want to buy it brand new because it's just going to get trashed. And this one's already been cut up a lot, and you know, it's not in any pretty shape. I'll probably throw it through the dishwasher or scrub it with a toothbrush and some dish soap and get it cleaned off. But you know, if it's stained, it doesn't matter. As long as it's not sticky, that's all. I don't care about how it looks. But you know, I do also kind of like that it's yellow. It's kind of fun. So that's the purpose for this. It was pretty cheap, and I'll be able to use that for my crafting purposes, and anything that is going to be hammered or like stamped with like a metal tool is going to be done on this surface. So that is all I got. I think the total was almost like just barely over $20. I don't even think it was that. But yeah, they are very affordable. One other thing that I got, actually, it might have put me over $20. There was one thing that I don't have here, which is I got in a cross-stitching kit, and I don't have it. I don't even know where it is right now at the moment. I probably put it in one of my to-go bags to take on a trip with me, but it's basically just, it was a cross-stitch stitch sampler, and it's a kit that has all of the, like the fabric and the pattern and then the threads that you need. And the kit itself was missing the fabric. I think it came originally with a blue kind of cross-stitching fabric, and the fabric was gone, but it looked like the thread colors were there. If not, I have like almost every color of embroidery or yeah, embroidery floss to use. And then I can always, it's like 29 cents at the store, so it's, you know, it's super easy to get that and replace that. The pattern was still there, and I easily can replace the fabric. I have a whole bunch of cross stitch fabric that my mother-in-law kindly donated to me. Technically she's not my mother-in-law because I'm not married, but you know, close enough. But she kindly gave me that some cross-stitch fabric that she was not using, so I have a whole stash of it. So that's not pictured here. I want to say that that cross-stitch kit was about $2. So everything in total, I want to say I paid maybe like $25 at the most, but it was not more than that. I don't even think it was $20, if I'm being honest with you. I don't think it was $20 because they probably gave me like a deep discount. When they don't have labels on them, the person at the counter usually just like, you hold it up and then they eyeball it and they're like, yeah, 25 cents. So, you know, they're not being super picky about it. So I found, remember how I was saying that I had gotten a cross-stitch kit? So I found the cross-stitch kit. $1.25. It looks like it was originally $10. And these are all the things that it came with. You can see that all the embroidery floss, it looks like it might have been started or partially used. It's hard to tell. Some of them haven't been used, or it doesn't look like it. But there's at least, I think at least one or two colors that might be missing. So from my guess, as far as I could kind of figure out, I think that it either was started and then the finished item didn't get included into this kit, or it was thrown away or something like that. So here's the kit. It's blueberry sampler, and it's on 32 count twilight blue linen. So that twilight blue linen is gone. It's not part of the kit anymore. And so it's going to end up being completed at 8.5 by 12.25 inches. And then it has the color key. It has some instructions on how to do certain stitches and what the pattern looks like. And then it has some backstitch keys, just a bunch of different things. It tells you what size needle to use and how many strands of embroidery floss to use. So this is from 2003. Blueberry sampler, created, designed, and stitched by Melinda Medeiros. And then it comes with, there's an image. This looks like it's been printed out, but maybe it's like a photo of the completed project and then just printed out on computer paper. So this is what it would look like when it's finished. You can barely see that there's some kind of like light color. I think it's probably this color here, maybe, or maybe even this color. But it's used up there with the bees, and then that kind of pale blue color of fabric. So that isn't here anymore. I'm gonna have to dig around in my stash and see if I have any 32 count linen. I don't think I do. I've never actually used 32 count, and this looks a little bit fine for me, but I think it'll be a good challenge. Never done anything more than 14 count. Anyway, here's the pattern. It comes in 2 different pieces because I think usually you get the pattern, just the basic pattern, and then you could go back over and do the back stitching maybe, but it could also just be, yeah, it looks like it's just 2 pieces together. So you probably do it in chunks. I don't know. I also don't know if there's going to be enough floss to complete the project, so I might have to buy more floss or see if I have any in my stash that fits. And then again, I don't know if I have all the floss. So before I get started making this, what I'll probably do is scan these pattern pieces, the 2 pattern pieces, and then scan this and the image with it, so that way I have it as a backup in case, because this is already looking very worn and handled, so my guess is somebody completed it already. And then I will be able to work on it without worrying about losing it. And I can also mark up the version that I use. If I needed to write some numbers here, or like mark every 10, squares, I could do that differently with like a marker, just to be able to find things more easily, because this is quite a large pattern. So so that's that. I wanted to include this information because I had mentioned before, like, I couldn't find this, and I did have it in a place that I wouldn't normally look for it, but it was just in a bin that I keep a bunch of like active projects in, and I don't know why I put it in there with all the active projects. And it does have some needles, the size 26 needles, but I don't know if the needles came with it or if the person who was working on this before they donated it included those, like added those in separately. So I don't really know how the kit originally came, but it's got pretty much all of the stuff that I need to get started other than the fabric. So I'm not sure that I'm going to keep the original color. I think it would look prettier on white, just me personally. I think I would like that, because then the stitching of this yellow up here with the bees will be more visible. And so we'll see. It's good. It's a good practice piece to do a sampler. So anyways, I just want to make sure I included this because I had mentioned before in my previous clip that I couldn't find it. That's it. Anyway, I wanted to share the haul with you. I did get some other things, so it'll be another haul. And like I said earlier, if you would like to see me clean up these stamps that are kind of dirty, because obviously these ones and the other ones are not, I'll make a video of that and you can check it out. If there are any things that you'd like to see when I use these things, I could always make a video of me using each of these stamps and what I make with them. So let me know in the comments. I know I said that in a lot of videos and then I dropped off the face of the planet, but I'm gonna try and record videos a little bit more regularly. It's demanding work life and demanding personal life have put this on the back burner for me for a little while. And I was moving and I was packing and all my craft stuff was put away. So now I have a dedicated craft space that I can use again, and I can film these wonderful videos. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day and take care. Bye.